but
Yeah.
it was like useless. I was like, I just fucking can't even attack it. Then I guess I'll just walk up there and not use this ability.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, and two of our characters just straight up aged 4 years each. Like, yeah,
That's like
it was.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, what's cool about it is like you can go there and you can intentionally like get a little bit of try to like wait around to get a little bit of spiral age
Oh,
later
okay.
on in the game when you're really strong. That way you can get to like you don't have to take 2 years to get weapon mastery because and initially like this whole uh, whatever shared experience thing from the Lantern Horde wasn't in the game. So like that was added in. That's why it's not on this card, but it'll be on later versions of the Lantern Horde card.
Oh, okay.
Um, so there was no other way to like just assign age, um, which means that you couldn't benefit from you couldn't start to build weapon mastery. You wouldn't get your, you wouldn't age up and because like you want to have those fighting arts or the extra strength and stuff like that later on, um, when you're fighting harder encounters and stuff. That's
Yeah.
helpful. Uh, because you can't just do like I don't feel like you can just do it off straight gear necessarily. Like gear is really important, but you miss out on all the other benefits. And so it's nice that there's the Phoenix to be able to do that off of. And also, I think the Phoenix is one of those fights where I think the Phoenix should get a fair amount of stuff for critting it as well, um, like extra resources for the hit location. I don't know, maybe. Random Phoenix. There's something where you can gain 2 resources. Yeah,
Oh, right
like
here, the
if you
tail
put the feathered
feathers.
buttocks.
The tail feathers too. Gain one tail feather, gain one small feather.
Yeah, you can get 2 small feathers, and those are really good for making the armor. And I think Phoenix armor is okay. So like there's some options like that.
Yeah, tiny wing hands. Gain one small hand parasites. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. There's
So does that mean like
uh,
attacking the phoenix from behind doesn't really give you a bonus because it's got the hands back there? Or...
it still gives you the bonus
Okay.
advantage, but because it's not it's in theory those are not the Phoenix's hands. Those are the hands of someone that's been sucked into the Phoenix, right? And like the hands of
Ah,
people that are
yeah, okay.
caught in the wing feathers.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
terrible.
I can't. It doesn't really appear to have much of a butthole on this. Oh God, what did I do? You can like almost make out the hands in the butthole on the sculpt and the thing, but just kind of. Age my character properly.
So is that how you, I mean, did you hear about the game because some of your friends got it, or did you hear about it like online first?
Um, so I started playing board games like a couple of years ago, pretty heavily, like 2 or 3 years ago,
Hmm.
and I was playing some stuff with my friend Seth, and he had like, have you played like Mansions of Madness?
No, but it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's like one of the like H.P. Lovecraft Cthulhu themed games,
Oh, okay.
where you like take the investigators and like and it was really cool and like I like Betrayal at the House on the Hill a
Oh, I
lot.
love Betrayal.
Yeah, and but I wanted like and I like kind of the light RPG aspect of those things because I mean I grew up playing like lots of Dungeons and Dragons and shit
Hmm.
like that, but I wanted something that had like a still had a campaign to it, where I could still play it over weeks or whatever with friends,
Right.
and like go back and have a character still. Because I like the light character building you do in those sort of games, and the fact that it's more accessible to a lot of people. Like I can get a lot of people to play Betrayal, which does have RPG aspects to it,
Right.
that I could never get to sit down and play Dungeons and Dragons. Like no way ever. But
Right.
I thought like a fun intermediary would be, a game. that had those aspects, but still, like, you didn't have to manage a character sheet so much, and you didn't have to, like, dig through 100 rule books to figure out how your race and class and, like, what a weapon was. So I just, like, got online and started looking for, campaign-based board games, and I found Descent. I don't know if you've seen that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and Descent's supposedly really good, but then I also found this, and it was still it was the Kickstarter was over, but the game hadn't been shipped yet, and it wasn't even close to being shipped. And I started talking to my friend Seth about it, and he was like, "That seems pretty amazing. We should look into that." And the only way to actually get the game was to find someone who had backed it on Kickstarter
Hmm.
and wait for them to reopen the pledge manager and then have that person like give that person money so they could buy the game for you. I
Oh
found this dude
Jesus.
Josh. Yeah, I found this dude Josh, and Josh came over and played games with Seth and I one night, and we talked about it. And he was like, "Yeah, totally will. Just write me a check. I'll buy this for you or whatever." And so my friend, I was gonna buy in, but Caitlin and I had just split up, so I didn't really. I had to save money for a place.
Right.
So Seth bought it, and then it turns out that basically Josh lives in the same apartment building that I was living in at the time, and so we're all within Seth lives 4 or 5 blocks away from us. He's got this other friend Steven who actually um, writes. He does. He's credited as a writer in a lot of different D&D books and stuff like that.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
And has a gaming table, and so we get together all the time. So my Monday Night Kingdom Death monster group is Seth and Josh. So between them, they've got 2 full versions of the game and a bunch of the expansions. Because when we met Josh, we didn't know we were gonna play games with him all the time. We just
Hmm.
thought hey, here's the dude who'll get a Kingdom Death. But yeah, we play games together all the time. So I've never seen Seth's version of the game because we always play at Josh's place. But that's how I ended up getting into it. Was just I found it on the internet because I was looking for something campaign based, and I still have never played Descent, but we played while we were waiting on Monster to hit. We played Star Wars.
Oh, with the little minifigures?
Yeah, whatever the one. It's basically Descent rethemed for Star Wars.
Right, because you go
Imperial
room to room.
Assault.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's like dead on Descent from what I understand, but it's just rethemed for Star Wars with a couple of rules changes. They just
Right.
made the Ninja Turtles version of that game as well.
That's
They're
awesome.
putting that out now. Yeah, I thought about buying into the Ninja Turtles version, but then I was like, I don't know, I don't know when I'm gonna get anyone to play that with me because when are we gonna stop playing Kingdom Death? Because it's we're halfway through this campaign and we're like, man, maybe we should play a Sunstalker campaign next. It's one of the expansions. I think it's a
Mhm.
shorter expansion, but you fight Sunstalkers the whole time.
Oh,
Have
wow.
you seen Did you see the? I think it's called. Let's see. I think the creepiest thing for me is the Gorm. I've seen this, but good. Was that one on Grace?
The Gorm expansion?
Yeah, GORM. Just that monster is just
Oh,
so
the
weird.
big one?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, wow. What the fuck?
Yeah, Gorm is weird. Spedicules is a little bit weird. It's like a spider thing.
The Gorm is super weird. It's like a fucking rhino baby with a fucked up face.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, but it's got I don't know, even the white tiger, but if you look at its, I mean, yeah, it's on all fours. It's got a hand. It's got hands for its front feet,
Yeah, yeah, I
and
see
it's
that.
got I mean, and if you've ever looked, I don't know if you've looked at the lion that closely, but its front feet are also hands. Like, uh,
Oh,
it's got
wow.
a thumb on its right front thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So even the lion is weirder than it seems. It just kind of looks like a lion, but
So it's really like they took the horror aspect totally to it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a shame that like there's not more. The reason I got the HD version is because I wanted the like. It's such a pretty game in real life. Like the miniatures are beautiful,
Hmm.
um, and so I wanted to keep as much as that as possible in the game. And I mean, these are pretty. The sculpts are unfortunately not super clear, but I don't even know. I'm amazed that these are even in the game. Like I don't know how
Someone made
you
them.
trans. Yeah, I don't know how you
Yeah,
transport these into game. If somebody like handcrafted these things or what,
I'm not
but
sure.
I'll take it. I mean, it looks like uploaded images, but I really don't know.
So I was
Um,
watching like tutorials and that's what it is, but I don't know how they do the sculptures. But for like the cards and stuff, like someone literally has taken every single card and taken a picture or scanned it and then transferred it into this.
yeah, I don't know who did this, but thanks to them because this is insane.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even the cards, even like the armor cards and they have relatively nice artwork on them.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
it's much better that they're clear than if they had been scanned in and weren't of a good quality. So I figured the
Right.
HD version probably had that. But yeah, I don't know. All this shit is insane. Did you see Spidicules? Slender Man is weird as hell. I don't even know what I'm looking at half the time. Where's the normal set? I gotta take.
Oh, whoa, Slender Man
Uh,
is creepy.
Kingdom Death, and then you go.
So like Slender Man reminds me of, like the old uh like kings with the weird ass frillies around the neck. I don't know what the hell that's called.
Yeah,
So it's like a jester almost mixed in with that. Uh,
yeah. Monster.
huh.
Oh, yeah. So like the Dragon King expansion for Kingdom Death Monster is $150,
Oh wow.
and the Spidicules expansion is $100. The Sunstalker expansion's on sale from 125 to $100. Like the cheapest expansions are, it looks like $60 normally, but some of them are on sale at $50 right now. Unless you
Oh
want the
shit.
Green Knight armor expansion, I don't even know what that is, but yeah, just like the expansions for this are as much money as a normal game would be otherwise.
Yeah,
Does it show the sculpts if you click on the expansions?
they do, but they're
Oh,
tiny.
look at small picture. There's somewhere that has like, if you just go to like the normal page, monster.
I went to gallery and there's nothing there. I mean, there's two
If you
things
go
there,
to like
but
the normal page for monster and scroll down a shitload, it's got, I think that might just be the core game stuff that's in there though. Um, monster, this thing called pledge. Uh, okay, so this is probably the best way to look at some of the expansion stuff. I'll link it to my comment real quick.
okay.
It's like the old pledge manager thing. There, I updated my comment. And you can mouse over them. Some of them are just like drawn, but it's still like the idea of it. But yeah, like, and if you look at the prices that you could buy them for, because I mean, let's see, there's one, two, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just why is it, sometimes I'm not getting scrolly action. I've this thing over here. I'm gonna actually. Shut up.
Do 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 do.
Yeah, I know. If I